with the session. So you can see I'm doing get MSOL user and press enter now. So the new user we just created, Said.Tunga, you can see him now showing up as one of our users. So we've seen how to create a user using the portal, that's the O365 Admin Center, and we've seen how to do the same from PowerShell, although this user is not licensed at the moment. So I'm going to give another assignment. So the number 2 assignment is I want you to figure out, right? So find out, how do you license a user from PowerShell? So when you create a user, so I want you to find out and do it. So in the next class, when I ask you, tell me this is how you assign license to this user that you've created in O365. So let's proceed. Next, when you create a user, there might be a need for that user to be dropped. There might be a need for that user to be deleted. So how do we delete a user after creating the user? So I'll show you that next, how we delete a user. So to delete a user, the command it is remove MSOL user. MSOL user. So what user can I remove now? How about we remove this ken.m, right? This ken.m user. Yeah. So I'm going to do remove MSOL user. Remove MSOL user. So what is the user principal name? So the user principal name is this name, right? So I can remove the user. So when I remove the user, it's going to prompt me. See, press enter. It's asking me to confirm. Are you sure you want to delete this user? So let me cancel. I'll just cancel altogether. So you see, it's prompting me. Are you sure you want to delete? But how about if I'm super sure, I'm so sure I want to delete this user that I don't want it to ask me. So I just want him to delete. I want O365 to just PowerShell to delete it without asking me for confirmation. So if that's what you want, then you append it with the false switch. False, right? Remove MSOL user false and press enter. So as you can see now, it is not asking me and the user has been dropped. The user has been deleted. How do we confirm that the user has been deleted? Again, if I get my MSOL user, you will see that the user is no longer part of the list. I think we need to mute ourselves again. There's echo coming in from some of the, okay, I'm not sure who. All right, so let's proceed. Okay. Let me do this. All right. So I've deleted the user now. So you can see you've learned now how to delete a user. And how do we also delete a user from the portal? So let me share the portal again so I can show you how we can do it from the portal. So I'm sure we can see the portal now. So this time, let's try to delete Morisi Kunsekinatu, right? So you see, I'll go back, log into the portal, come to users, expand users, and come to your active users. From active users, you're going to see the list of your users. So I can select Morisi, and what do you want to do with this user? What I want to do with him is not to reset a password. So you see now, you've also, if there's a need to reset the user's password, you know where to reset the password from. If there's a need to block him from signing in to O365, you know, let's say the person is on leave. It's usually best practice to block people's access when they're on leave. Yeah, so we can block him access for that period of time. So it's possible to do that from here. But what we're looking to do is to delete the user altogether. Maybe the user left the company. So it is the job of the administrator. After some time, the user will need to get deleted. Of course, before deleting the user, you would have archived, or you would have, created a copy of the data on the person's system before deleting the user. So we've done all of that, and I need to delete this user. So I'll hit delete, and it's deleting as you can see. So I'm going to confirm delete. Confirm. And now it has confirmed to me that the user has been deleted, so I can close out of here. Morisikun Sekinotu, as you can see on the screen, is no longer part of the 0365 users. So we've learned how to delete users, we've learned how to create users, and one other thing about users is that when you delete a user from 0365, the user does not get permanently deleted. Yeah, the user does not get permanently deleted. So it means that 0365 has a recycle bin, right? So it's called, the 0365 deleted users. Any deleted users goes into that recycle bin. So you can look at recalling the user back from the recycle bin. So let's try that out. We just deleted a user now. So from the portal, can you? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now.
Please, can we also first remove or bypass the confirmation on the portal, just as we've done on the Powershell?
No, you can't bypass on the portal.
Okay, okay.
Yes. Okay. So I want to bring back the user, right? So if I click deleted users, wow. So this is a recycle bin now that contains list of deleted users. Today I've deleted 2 users, one from PowerShell and one from the admin center. And you can see both of them here. So I'm going to select the Ken user and delete Ken from here. So I can delete Ken from here, or I can restore Ken. You see, 2 actions that I can perform. Either I want to delete him, or I want to restore him. So these are the options available to us. So I want to give another assignment. It's not easy, to be in an 0365 class, but what I can promise for sure, there's plenty. I had a meeting today, just today, I got home very late tonight. I was in a meeting at Microsoft today. I told you I got some swags today from Microsoft. Then we're doing meeting, and the head Microsoft Nigeria was saying that, they are really pushing for Microsoft Learning, that a lot, though his own, his own planning is from next year. So maybe next year, I think he said next year, March. So there's going to be very big stuffs, coming to Microsoft Learning. They are really going to be big on learning, this time as compared to before. So they really have been very supportive too. So they really want us to see what we can do to drive the community, and then most especially even developers. So if you know anybody that is also into development, so it's a good time to be developing right now, most especially Azure, to develop for Azure. IT is not easy, but with a lot of practice, so we can be sure that we're going to get there. Recap, we've deleted users, we've created users. So I want to give one more assignment. The assignment is that when you delete a user from 0365, we know it goes into the recycle bin. From the, from the portal, you can see the user from deleted user. So the question is, how long does the user remain in the recycle bin? Does the user remain there forever? Or is it 30 days, is it 15 days, is it 60 days? So I want you to find out how long does the user remain in the recycle bin. Okay, so that is sorted. Let me show you one more thing before we will call it a class for today, which is creation of groups. Creation of groups. We've created users. How about groups? So maybe I should give you a background to groups. Let me share my screen again quickly. Slide 2. All right, so we've done this one. We've done how to restore users, and I've given you an assignment on that. Groups, yes. So Office 365 groups. So there are different kinds of groups we can create up in O365. Later on, as we continue to dig further in the course, we'll see that when we start doing SharePoint, we can create groups in SharePoint. When we do Exchange, we can create group in Exchange. And O365 to itself has groups that you can create. So in a nutshell, O365 security groups are not, okay, maybe I should explain this further. You see, groups, there are two types of group, two basic type of groups. When you're creating a group, either you want to make it security group or distribution group. Those are the two major group types: distribution group, security groups. When it comes to security groups, you use that for permission. Okay, maybe for some of us that are new to, you might be wondering, what is a group? A group is, an analogy that I can use is, if I want to call people now that I need you to do something, so I can start calling people one after the other. I can say, user A, please, what is XYZ? User B, what is XYZ? And imagine I'm going to 20 users, the 20th user, and I'm calling user one by one. I'm going to grow old very quickly if I start to do that all the time. So it is, or you don't agree that I'll grow old quickly if I do?
Very fast.
Okay. Okay, so how about this approach?
You're already old.
No, I'm not. No, you can see, you can't even feel my energy. Is this energy coming from? Mr. Tunde, do you agree that I'm old? Am I not? Okay. So, if I want to use the concept of groups, what I can do instead, I can say, let us all do this. Everybody, I want you to answer. I want you to do an assignment. Then I'll give the assignment. You see, I'm grouping people together. That's the whole idea, the whole logic behind grouping, right? So also on the computer, if I create a file on the computer and I don't want people to access the file, I have 20 users using the computer, and I have a file that I don't want 20 users to have access to. So my approach can be, I'm going to start user 1. I will say no access. User 2, no access. User 3, no access. So I can do that for 20 users. Or I can create a group, make all the 20 users members of the group, and then I will say group X, no access. You see, it makes more sense that way. So when I want to revoke access, I don't have to be revoking one by one. I'll just remove the group from the access. And life is good, right? So that's how we create groups. So the analogy now of groups should be clear, I believe, to us. So there are two group types. Security group, we use that for security. Then there's distribution group. Distribution group is meant for emails. So when you want to send an email to somebody, you send the email to the person's mailbox, yes. But how about if you want to send an email to everybody in the IT department? You have 20 users in the IT department, and I need to send email to everybody in the IT department. Again, I can use distribution group here. I can create a distribution group called IT and make all the people in IT members of the group, such that when I send a mail to IT, everybody that is a member automatically gets the mail. So that's a distribution group. Not to worry if it looks a little fictitious, we can't completely, relate to it right now. We'll do a bit more of it when we get to Exchange Online. So I'm just trying to wet the ground. At least now, let's create the groups. We're going to be making use of the group later. So that's about the two types of groups that we have. There's also O365 groups now, and there are groups that you can create in SharePoint. And if you want to create a group from PowerShell, it is new MSOL group. New MSOL group. So let's create that and we can call it a class for today. So I'll log into the portal again. Back to the portal, and I want to create groups. So this time I'm going to click on the I'll click on the group icon, not users, groups. So I'll click on groups and I can add a group. Add a group. What type of group am I looking to create? Is it O365 group? Is it distribution group? Is it security group? Forget about this mail enabled for now. I don't want to confuse. Later we'll talk about it. So is it security group? Is it distribution group? So let me say it is, but we choose O365 group. What's the name of the group? The name of the group is called Gen X. Gen X. Email is going to be called Gen X, and we can define the owner of the group. So I can specify the owner of the group, and let me say John Boo, my friend, is the owner of the group, and I can go ahead and create the group. So creating the group is this easy, very easy to create. And I've told you the commandlet to create group in PowerShell. So assignment, another number. So I want you to create 2 groups in your tenant account. Create 2 groups in your tenant account. Not from this one that I've showed you, not from the admin center. I want you to create it from PowerShell. Remember, PowerShell, I said you need to install something on your computer before you can start to manage 365 with PowerShell. So you do that first, and then you can create the groups in 365. One other thing I've showed you is how to assign licenses to users. So today, what we have learned, we've learned how to create identities, kind of identity, users and groups. And we've seen how we can delete user, how we can restore a user, how we can create groups, how we can delete a group, how we can assign licenses to users after creating the user. So we will call it a class here today, but before then, I will take 1 or 2 questions before we wrap up. Yes, sir.
While you were creating the group,
okay,
it seemed there was no option of you adding a specific user. It just add all the users automatically.
Did I add all the users automatically? Okay. No. The group right now, I don't want us to get into adding members to the group. Okay, why not? Let me just quickly show that to you. Let me show it to you. There's a group that we just created now. What did we call the group again?
Gen X.
Gen X. Okay, I'm not sure I created it. Maybe I canceled. Let me check it. Okay, yes. So it's showing up now. It's showing up now. So what I would do is, if I need to add members to the group, it's not big deal. So I can click on the group, click, you see. So I can, you see, subscribe members right now. It is off. So what I'm going to do is, and you can see members. I'll just click on members, and I can start to populate this group with members. So I can search for maybe John. We have Kazim, I think. We have Kazim Tunde. Kazim. Tunde. Okay. Okay, I can't find the members right now, but that's how to. So I just want you to practice it. So you type in the any of the users that you have here, and then you add members. So that's how we add members to a group.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, sir. So I don't know if I can take. Mr. Tunde is not talking at all. Okay, so can I take one more questions and then we'll call it a wrap for today? All right, perfect. So there's no questions. So we have plenty of assignments to keep us busy till the next class. So the assignment, you know what the assignment is already. So make sure that you do them before the next class. And in wrapping up, we said our class is going to be 3 times a week. And I'm hoping that we can wrap up our session, this whole course, that we're doing in a maximum of a month and a half, or maybe 2 months maximum. So we should be done with the course. So I really want us to take it very seriously. This particular course is going to be retired by the end of the month, but the application of the course still applies to the new one that we have. So, and it is my belief, I believe that you should be able to sort things out yourself. If you learn this one, then learning the new one shouldn't be a big deal. So you should just be brushing up your skills, about the new one. And again, this is IT. This is the cloud computing that we're learning. Cloud computing in IT is the end thing, is what is reigning. So when you talk about the top 5 skills, that the top 5 must-have skills in IT. So you can't talk about them without talking about cloud computing. And I was mentioning it in the last class that there's a company that I know in Lagos that's taking all the O365 people in Nigeria, right? So they are going everywhere to just be taking people and they are, paying good money. And even outside of that, I had a meeting again today with Microsoft, and the future looks very good, for IT people. And, given this chance, I believe that, if we can continue to collaborate like this, then it's just a matter of time. So big things will start to happen. So we will call it a class here today, and we will continue.
Before you go.
Yes.
And then you said you were going to brush through the fast track deployment
The fast track. Oh. Okay.
And I said
okay. Again, sir, I will not be able to touch on it today again. Maybe if you can join early in the next class, I can quickly touch on it before we start again. My battery is almost flat. This place in Lagos, they switch off their gen by 11. So I've been running on battery since then. It's 30 minutes. So I don't want it to go off again like the last time. So, yes, I'll brush on it. If you can come on, maybe at about sharp 11, if you're the first to come up, then we can quickly discuss it before the others join, hopefully, in the next class. So our next class is going to be when again? When is our next class? Today is Friday. Is it
Sunday?
It's Sunday, okay. Okay, it's Sunday. All right, so okay. All right, Sunday, Tuesday, Friday. Thank you very much. So we will meet again on Sunday by the grace of God. So have a very great evening.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
May Allah increase you.
Amen.
Allah bless all efforts.
Amen. Yes, and may God bless all of our efforts. And it's my hope, and it's also my belief that if we, I want us to collaborate seriously, all of us, on this platform. Then I'm looking for the Azure thing, a way we can make it very big. So if we can spend some 6 months, maximum maybe 1 year, I believe we'll start seeing very, very big results. Very big results. And we can look back and then say, we can be happy about the progress that we're making by God's grace. So we'll continue again on Sunday. So have a good evening.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.